plantain, tomorrow I'll eat rice, but just be intentional about your choices. Your feeding, the body is a very difficult thing. God made it in such a way that you don't just kill the body, but eventually it takes a toll on you. It takes a toll on your education. It takes your toll in even your mood. How you respond to other people because you didn't eat well is a problem. So feed your body, but don't just survive it or make it survive. So make it a regular interval. As a matter of fact, we don't need that much food. The body was not made to be fed 10 meals a day. As a matter of fact, we can survive on 1 meal in 3 days. Because God didn't make 3 meals a day. We did. We put breakfast, lunch, and dinner together and say we have to. Because whenever the body is actually in a certain mode of fasting, you think better because you're using ketones, and the ketones work better on the brain. You are very reactive. So if you find out, those of you who have ever fasted, you realize that during that time, your vision is clear, your mind is clear, you can think better, you begin to have motivation in things. Food makes you sluggish. So eat intentionally, choosing the best food, but if you're not eating, you're not dying. It's not a matter of life and death. It's just to choose the right things to eat. When you're not eating, your brain is doing much, much better. Okay, drink enough water. Don't do the sugary drinks. The pops and the Coke and the Fantas and all those sugary drinks don't do well for you. It doesn't actually make you use the right stuff, which is burn down your fats, burn down your ketones, use those things for energy, or use that for thinking. Food is a fuel. A poorly fueled body cannot perform academically or emotionally. Don't flip up on your boyfriend just because you went to drink some sugar drinks and now you're acting up. Eat well so you can be nice to him. Do you agree? Oh, where are my women? Do you agree? Get down the emotions, let it go down. Okay? Then the role of physical exercise. You remember when you were in primary school, they used to take us to the park every day, make you put, today is PE, and then you start jumping around and moving around. All that was because physical education or physical exercise is good for the brain. Once you exercise, and that was part of my elective class as well, that I took while I was in medical school. When you when you have physical education, so with that, they won't say have physical education, but they'll tell you to be intentional. I'm not talking about vigorous exercise. I'm talking about taking a walk. You study a bit, close your book, even though you're under stress, and decide that you're going to go around the blocks for maybe 2 rounds, come sit down, take another shower, pick the books, and promise me, you can call me back and see how you retain. So don't be anxious about the study so much that you forget that the things that would help you study are being neglected. Okay? So exercise time. This is a dangerous misconception that doing that will take away your time. You will think you're tired, but what the body is doing is that when you exercise, you release something we call ATP. ATP is energy, and that energy helps you in a different way. So sometimes when you exercise, when you sit down, you may sleep because your body has been revved up. But when you take a shower and you go to work, you find out you're active, you're talking to people in a nice way. All of a sudden, you're not sluggish. It happens in our education as well. It will help your brain. So form groups, take walks, do PEs, stretch, do Pilates, Google something, and be active in your room. Just dance. Put music on and dance. All that are movement. It's exercise. All right? Movement is essential for your brain function, for stress reduction, for energy levels, and for emotional balance. You don't need to go to a gym. Walking regularly, stretching, doing all these things are. Discipline is what I'm talking about. Discipline yourself to move. The body was designed for movement, and a lot has changed because we're on social media, our children are on social media, everybody's stuck, I'm stuck, you're stuck, so we have to now be intentional. We have to talk about this. We don't need to go and hunt for food, but now we need to just be intentional to walk. So take walks or join the gym or do whatever you can. But if you don't have the money, just do it yourself. Just take the walk, but be disciplined, be intentional to do these things. Then the next thing I'll talk about is studying in a way that protects the body. Academic success does not come at the cost of health. You cannot pay for your education with your health. Health is very important. Many students damage their bodies through poor study habits, so they do long hours. Take a break. If you don't know it, you don't know it. It's not going to make any difference. Take a break. I remember the torture we went through in high school or secondary school growing up. We used to say we're going mining. What mining? I don't know. To get gold? I don't know. Who went mining before? Do you still use that word? Okay, so we used to go mining, and I remember there was one lady among us, and she used to get cold water in a bucket, put her feet in cold water, and drink coffee as thick as you can, and still sleep in the water with the coffee. Take a nap. I remember my husband used to calm me down because he was actually, before I went to medical school, he was already a medical doctor, and he was telling me, he says, "You're tired, take a power nap." No, close the books, close the books. And then I would be like, "But I need to study, I have so many hours," and da. He says, "Close the book, don't sleep, take a power nap, set the alarm." And I remember, as difficult as it was, following his advice, because he has been ahead of me. And when you are able to forget about what you're studying and take that power nap, take a shower and regroup and sit down again, for some reason there's clarity. So sleep is very important, and exercise is important, and walkings and taking the breaks are important. My next thing I'll talk about is the emotional and mental matters. The body and the mind are deeply connected. Your body and your mind. Your body is speaking to your mind. If I'm tired, it's my body that is telling my mind that you're too tired. My mind is communicating you're too tired. So it's connected together. The body and the mind deeply connected, and the mental health when you suffer from mental health, the body responds with fatigue, headaches, sleep problems, weakened immune system. Ignoring emotional health does not make problems disappear. The problem won't go anywhere, so take care of your body. Keep your body, because there's a lot more. You haven't seen there, you haven't been there, you haven't done that, you don't even have a t-shirt to show for it. You have the grace to make it. Don't get stressed out and let your mental health put you down. It's a big thing in the institutions, especially because of the competitive nature that we have. I think US schools don't compete with each other, you compete with yourself. When you get your grade, it's your grade, but you're not competing against another person. So there's nothing like we're marking the class to see who came first. They don't do that. You pass your exam, you pass yours. If you don't pass, there's a mark. You pass, you pass. So there's nothing about you competing with another person for you to see that this person got this and I got that. It doesn't matter. If they said that D is the passing mark, everybody's working towards the D, and that's it. And so some people might do better, and other people might just get just on the line of the D, but it doesn't even tell what we will do outside. So just focus on passing your exam, do your best. And if your best is not enough, you've done your best, but do your best. Put out your best foot forward and balance your life. Balance it. Wisdom encourages students to acknowledge the stress instead of denying it. Talk to trusted friends, mentors, or counselors. Talk about it. Be open about it. Do you have counselors? Do you have counselors that you can talk to? Or do we not have counselors? Do we have counselors? Okay, open up, talk about problems and stresses. Even if they don't do anything, you de-stress, you spoke about it, you opened up, you let it out. That's even therapy for someone to listen to you. Even if they don't do anything, thank you, sir, and you get up and you go. You spoke to someone, right? So practice claiming activities as a form of meditation, prayer. You can also journal. Sometimes stop and write down all the stupid things that are coming in your mind. I would like to sell cocoa by the roadside in 2023. Just whatever you need to do, just write, whatever is coming to. And I love this person, and I don't know why I feel like I hate this thing. Just write it. It's a form of letting out. You de-stress that way. So if you can't talk to someone, write it down. Or speak to your own phone about it and say, listen, I don't like what 𝗕𝗂𝗧𝗧𝗧 is doing to 𝗕𝗂𝗧𝗧𝗧. Talk about it, okay? Journaling. Discipline means refusing to suffer in silence. Strength is not pretending everything is fine. Strength is seeking help when needed. People who are strong know where to go. They don't die in silence. So that's very important for your emotional and mental health. Make wise choices with substance abuse. I've seen people, clever, wise, intellectual, they have abilities to make it, they have concepts, but they fall into the wrong hands, and by the time you find out, and I didn't even know the prevalence of drug abuse because of peer pressure, and your father and your mother tried to help you, but you came into the midst of people who said, oh, it doesn't matter, let's do this, it will help, and then you tried it. Don't try it. Substances do get you hooked up. You become dependent on them, and you can't stop. And that's what we call substance abuse. So, my last thing that I'm going to go over would be social media. Please, it doesn't even help our posture, besides the fact that we're looking at light and bringing information in that contradicts what we're studying and what we're doing. So take away that social media stuff. Take away the screen time. If you do it, time yourself. You have to be intentional in the discipline. It also causes back pain, neck strain, headaches. Easily you're fatigued because of the things that you're looking at. Wisdom will encourage you to be aware, to sit upright, to adjust screens, to stretch regularly, rest your eyes from all these things. Build routines instead of relying on motivation. Don't just get motivated. Once you have a routine, you get up 6 a.m., I'm walking this, you have a routine. And so I don't have to come and motivate you because you have discipline. All right, so I'm going to end with everything by saying that in conclusion, caring for your body with wisdom and discipline is not about perfection. It is about respecting who you are. Respect yourself first before anybody can respect you, the person you are inside. Respect you. All right, respect for the opportunities that you've been given, especially to be in school, the sacrifices that you are making and your parents and the people who are taking care of you are making. Your body is not an obstacle to success. It is a partner. So partner with your body, partner with your mind. Choose to have constant sleep over constant exhaustion, and choose nutrition over neglect. Choose movement over stagnation. Choose discipline over convenience. Choose wisdom over short-term comfort, because when you care for your body wisely and consistently, you are not just surviving. You're building a very, very strong foundation. May the Lord bless us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Doc, for a powerful day. God bless you so much. At this point, I would like to welcome our CEO to come and take the next introduction of the next speaker. Thank you so much.
Oh, is that all you can do? Come on, put your hands together. Oh, come on. This is Success Africa. Oh, come on. Success Africa Summit 2026. Success Africa. Success Africa. GCB Bank. Oh, your response will determine how much you leave here in your bank account. Hello? Oh, Team GCB, where are you? I have two team, those who have already onboarded on their GCB mobile app, are you here? Pick up your phones, let me see you by hand. My two able assistants join me. Two gentlemen with me, where are they? Okay. Bring it. Okay, so kindly pick up your phones and download the GCB mobile app, our lead partner for today's conference. One more time, let's show some love to GCB Bank. Oh, put your hands together. Those who are clapping, I will identify you and see if you are truly a reflection of GCB. Oh, those here who didn't participate in the conference, we are still expecting several delegates on their way coming. Put your hands together for GCB Bank one more time. Can you kindly show the QR code? Kindly show the QR code on the screen. Let's patronize GCB Bank, a youthful bank interested in empowering the next generation of young leaders and entrepreneurs, and are helping us to put this together. 10 campus stores starting from UPSA, and we thank you all. Let's appreciate our speakers that have spoken so far. Oh, come on! Put your hands together for them. Okay, so I have something here from GCB that I want to give out. The clapping is not so loud, so I look at those who are. Just show me your mobile app, and I'll get you a surprise. Let me start from here. Show me your mobile app. Let's do it well. No, let me see your mobile app. Your mobile app. Download the mobile app. Without the app, how can you get the money? Pick one, pick one. Help me. Don't stand. Come and assist me. No. Oh, set up the account. You are the one I'm looking for. So check and give it to them. One each. No, move to this side. No, everybody will get one. Everybody will get one. Come to this side. Have you been inspired so far? Did you learn from our two speakers? Can we appreciate them one more time? My able assistants, please move here. We are about to have our next speaker. Kindly join us online. Please, guys, leave that side and move to the next row, please. Hello? Hello, my assistants. Please come back. Come back, please. Come back. Come back. Yes, come back on the stage. There are several giveaways from GCB Bank, so kindly just do as you have been told. For you to win cash prizes, make sure the cash will be deposited in your account. Okay, so all you need to do is to download the GCB mobile app. You need only 2 minutes to set up an account. And I'm looking for new accounts that you've been able to successfully onboard. Again, let me welcome the institution where Success Africa started from. The team from the University of Cape Coast. Let me see by hand, Cape Coast University. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, put your hands together for them. Oh, put your hands together for delegates coming all the way from the University of Cape Coast. They just arrived. Thank you so much. That was where this idea began in 2008, and I'm glad to host them for this special summit. So kindly download the app, listen to the few instructions, download the app. If you have the QR code, kindly show it and join the Youth Banking WhatsApp channel. It's going to be exciting here. Somebody walking away with 2,000 Ghana cedi deposited in your GCB account. The account should have been opened today. With 5 minutes, you can get to set up your GCB mobile app account. And the interesting thing is that if you are paying for anything outside, you can use the GCB mobile app, go to pay bills, go to LEC Ghana, and you can make your payment and enjoy 10% discount. 10% what? Discount on any payments you are making here. You can use the GCB mobile up to do that. One more time, let's show some love to GCB Bank. With that said, let me introduce our next speaker, who happens to be our lead partner to speak to us as we move to our panel discussion shortly. Kindly share the link with your colleagues to follow the feed. Success Africa Foundation on YouTube. We are streaming live. Those who couldn't make it could get to join us. University of Ghana is having their matriculation ceremony, and some of them will be coming in after that exercise. So kindly join the feed and share the link. Post your comments, your questions. We'll take questions for all our speakers when the time comes. Kindly do share your questions on our platforms, and we'll gladly be a chartered accountant. Who wants to be a chartered accountant here? Oh, the chartered accountants, where are you? Wonderful. He is a chartered accountant, a chartered banker, and a fellow of the Institute of Chartered Information Systems Auditor, CISA, and holds an extension in ACI operations, member of Institute of Directors, and a certified international retail banker. He holds a Master's of Research in Finance and a first-class accounting graduate of the University of Ghana Business School. Oh, first-class students, I thought it's a good place to clap. Oh, put your hands together. Oh, this clap, you know, if we don't give out all the giveaways, it means we are taking them to 𝐾𝐁 University. This applause here, I'm not sure GCB will give somebody 500 Ghana with this applause. And the man coming can do some surprises. So just listen to me. Let the clap be loud. Come. The gentleman there, come. Please show that live slide that you showed on the screen. Just show it on the screen. No, wait. Answer a simple question. Please come. Answer a simple question. When we say GCB, what's the response?
For life.
Oh, be relaxed. Tell us your name and where you are coming from. Tell us your name and where you are coming from.
My name is 𝗦𝗨𝗖𝗖𝗘𝗦𝗦 from Pentecost University.
Pentecost University is in the house. And you say, when you say GCB, what is the response?
Your bank for life.
If you have the GCB mobile app account right now, I'll give you 500. Do you have the account? Account created. The money is finishing soon. The account has been created. He has won 500 Ghana cedis. Hey, put your clap. What saved him was the clap. Now that you are coming home. First 500 Ghana cedi from GCB Bank to a very lucky participant coming all the way from Pentecost University. It's okay. Let me get somebody else. Please come. Do you have you go to pay bills? Go to pay bills and pay for something for somebody. Please assist him. Give him this one too. Give him a copy of this. Wonderful. Oh, did you set up the account today? Oh. Let me consult my team. Oh, the team from GCB has approved. Oh, put your hands together for a proud customer. Please go with him and assist him. Wonderful. Oh, put your hands together. We make learning more fun. Oh, come on, show some love to GCB Bank. He was appointed, he's a graduate of the Senior Executive Program of the London Business School, appointed Executive Head Retail Banking in January 2024, where he led a transformation of the bank's retail franchise. Prior to this, he was the internal auditor. He joined the bank in 2020, serving in various capacities in the banking industry and currently with GCB. Join me, let's welcome our next speaker, Mr. Sena Kamagate. Come on! Oh, come on! Put your hands together. Wonderful man. Oh, come on, do it better. If your clap like this is loud. Hello. The energy is missing. Hello.
Hello. Let's clap for yourself. So just a few exercises. You know how to respond when we say Success Africa, right? You say dare, act, and achieve. And then when we say GCB, you say your bank for life. So let's start some rehearsals. GCB. I can't see the energy. GCB. That's like it. Success Africa. So we have all passed the mock examination. We've all passed the mock examination. Now let's go into final exams. GCB. Success Africa. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm told I have 25 minutes. I'll try and do this in 20 minutes. So we can have some 5 minutes to stretch. Now, when Dr. Pastor Efia was speaking, I sensed a certain conspiracy, especially when you were talking about sleep. Then, all of a sudden, you spoke about food. And I checked that box that will ask for food. I'm good at it, so I have complied. Then you spoke about exercise. Then I said, oh, I have scored 2 out of 3. But the lesson here is that I'm going to also check the first one. You know, one of the things that you need to contend with as an executive is that you have lives you are leading. And so when you have to show up, you actually have to show up. And sometimes you can sacrifice your sleep and only have about 3 hours. But the satisfaction is that anytime you make some hours, you try and compensate for the missed sleep. But it will do better. And it was just great listening to you. And everyone in this room is like going to listen to an evangelist. If you are not careful, all of you in the room will think that bits and pieces of your lives have been whispered into the ears of the evangelist, and they are speaking directly to you. When you go through that moment, then you know the message has actually sunk. And it was amazing listening to my sister from GB Food on credibility. I think that is what the world is all about. The world is about credibility. And that is why, you know, our elders were very good when it comes to adages. Then they will say the Asantis, forgive me if you are not an Asanti, Dimpa, Eyechen, Ahunya. To wait, good name is better than riches. And so I took a lot from what our sister gave us, and I think the two of them deserve some applause. So just 2 seconds on what we have today. 3 very important words that can change the world. Dare, act, and achieve. If we spent time on these 3 words, our day here would be fulfilled. Now, to say you should dare is to simply say that you need to show courage. If it was easy, nobody would use the word dare. And that means that you should go out of your comfort zone. A lot of the time, you see real growth when you move out of your convenience area. And you are not just daring, for instance, dare and go and stand by the middle of the road. That's not what we are asking you to do. If you do that, you will die. But you are saying you should act. An act involves movement. Once you are acting, you check the box. And as you act with some objectives in mind. Because you just don't act. The end game, the outcome of daring and acting is for you to achieve an objective. And so as you act, you have those in mind, those objectives in mind, and you strive to achieve them. So this, for me, is very, very important. And to all of you who have showed up here, you have made a great investment in your life. Now, I'm supposed to talk about beyond the dream, the decisions that changed my life. Before I go into this, I have some few disclaimers. I do not seek to take the position of God as though it is my decisions that changed my life. And so I'm acknowledging that there is a word called grace. Grace. The Muslims like to call it rahmah. Whilst I do this, I also bring in another disclaimer that God would only help you when you have a dream. Not to sound like a preacher, but if you have read Paulo Coelho's book, The Alchemist, he makes it clear that this world is looking for people who are ready to achieve. And so, if you set up a goal and you really mean it from the bottom of your heart, the whole world will stop to help you achieve that objective. And I think you should look for that book. And that is Paulo Coelho's The Alchemist. It's a book that changed my perspectives about life. And I would recommend it for all of you. Now, let me now go into the decisions that met the favor of God. The decisions that met the favor of God. And as I do this, I'll tell you, I started my school in 𝗂𝗏𝗂 because I delayed before going to school. You know, those days when you go to school, they will just look at your height, they measure you and give you a class. So when I started, they took me straight to class 2. I didn't know how to write. I didn't even know how to spell out the alphabet. But because of my body size, they put me where I cannot overly molest my mates. So I went through Anglican and then landed in 𝗂𝗏𝗖𝗖𝗘𝗦𝗦 High School. And so anytime I'm interacting with students, I like to dress like a 𝗂𝗏𝗖𝗘 High School boy. So 𝗂𝗏𝗖𝗘 High School, this is how we dress. We used to call this color 𝗓𝗏𝗓. To all of you who remember 𝗓𝗏𝗓, can I see a wave? Yeah, so you see the difference. 𝗓𝗏𝗓 is for the millennials. Gen Zs don't know too much of 𝗓𝗏𝗓. And so from 𝗂𝗏𝗖𝗘 High School, I found myself in Legon. So in Legon, I did BA. You know, I actually wanted admin, but I didn't get admin. So those times they will put you in BA. So they gave me classical history, study of religions, political science, and then sociology. Now there's something about Arabic studies that has helped me a lot. They force you to memorize. And so if you go to Makaranta on a Saturday, they will give you verses of the Quran to memorize. 𝗏𝗏 tells you if you come the next week. And in Makranta, there's nothing like human right, your mother will come. No. Whether you like it or yes, you will come, because our time, if you don't show up, the big boys will come and bring you. So you had no option. So when it comes to those courses and those times, man didn't have responsibilities. All we had was books to read. And so I scored all A's in all the papers I did. So I got a perfect 4.0. And that is how destiny took me back to admin. So I guess somebody was sitting somewhere and was saying, no, this brain is not an admin brain. So they opened up that opportunity for those who scored, I can't remember, but those who scored a certain GPA to apply and be considered. So I applied, and then of course you can't score 4.0 and not be number one to be considered. So that's how I found myself in admin. And so we did accounting. But something interesting happened, and this is one decision point for me. When I completed SS, my year group actually should have completed, I think, or we should have completed university in 2004 or 2003. But when I completed SS, I couldn't go to the university immediately. Not because I didn't pass, because my grades were very, very healthy, but because the means to go wasn't there. So man had to manage, help mommy put a few things around. So by the time I came to Legon, my original mates were in level 400. And I came to level 100. So I told myself, and this is not to say you should compete. There is positive competition. To look at somebody who is doing great and say, God, thank you for making somebody great, but I want to be like that person. It's not envy. God accepts that. So I told myself that, Sina, you are 4 years in arrears as far as life is concerned. Because your mates are in level 400 and you have just come to level 100. So I told myself, and maybe that's the reason why I did 4.0. Because I felt that those I was sitting in the classroom with were not my contemporary. So there should be a difference. And so that discipline, to know where I came from, was very, very important in my journey. And so, to all of you gathered here, the first decision you need to make in your life is to know where you are coming from. On campus, it is easy to copy what your friends are doing. It is so easy to want to be like your friends. But I can assure you that after school, you go back to your root. You won't see your friends. And if you want to test that, check out when you go on vacation. Your vacation will remind you where you are coming from. And so, we would go through university. By the time I got to level 400, I reminded myself that, hey, 4 years in arrears. And so I quickly registered with the Chartered Institute of Bankers to do CIB. Immediately also registered with the Chartered Institute of Accountants to also do what? ICA. The truth is that at the time I registered for the two courses, I had to pay exemptions, but I didn't have the money to pay exemption for ICA, so I packed that one. And then friends helped me get money to pay for the CIB exemption. So I started doing CIB. And when I started, so actually my national service was in GCB. And this was because I had met an angel of a human being on campus who was a matured student and picked me as a brother. So at level 300, he gave me the opportunity. So the picture, can we go back to where I was doing business, where I was selling in my mom's chop bar? So this was second year vacation. So my mom ran a chop bar. So anytime we vacate, the moment I get to 𝗨𝗏𝗧𝗧, I tell my mom to proceed on leave. So I'll be the one managing the chop bar. So I'll wake up at dawn, go to the market, go and buy stuff, come and sell. By close of day, drop money with mommy. That was the routine. But this won't last because, so this was second year. School was supposed to reopen on 16th of August, and my mom passed on the 15th of August. So that would end the chop bar chapter. And so level 300, when we vacated, my mom wasn't around. And the angel I met on campus took me to GCB for internship. And I worked as though I was a permanent staff because I knew where I was coming from. By the time we finished internship, almost everybody in the accounts department knew me. So I made an investment in people there. After my final exams in Legon, and I remember that paper, Monetary Policy Theory, a paper I could have easily scored above 95%, but I took a personal decision not to do that. I would go. So the day I wrote my final paper, the boss I worked with on internship had already secured a contract for me. So I would go there and work before the national service posting. So I was posted there as a service personnel. It was around this time that we had to start the professional course. So that's me on the morning of my graduation, smiling. And the focus is not the picture, but look at the background. It's not my face, but look at the background. I'll save the story around this background for another day. But this was me going for my graduation. By the way, this jacket, I got 3 pieces together for 100 Ghana cedis. I got it behind Kantamanto. 3 pieces for 100 Ghana cedis at the time. And I took it to the laundry. And I gave the guy instruction that he should treat it as though this was bought from US. Because that's how I want to look on my graduation day. And he did a great job. So that was my graduation. Now, I started writing the banking course. Just when I was about finishing my national service, a friend at GCB said, "No, Sina, I think you shouldn't work in GCB. You need to go out." I said, "Really? Okay." So I put in, he connected me to a friend, and the friend sent me to then International Commercial Bank, First Bank. Now they call themselves First Bank Nigeria. That was where I started proper work, to interview everything, and I got the job. The moment I got that job, I said, "No, let me take some loan and go and pay for that, my ICA exemption. I got that. I didn't have money to pay. So when I paid, at the time they will give you level 1, level 2 for exemption. So you have to write level 3 and then level 4. 4 papers, 4 papers, 8 papers. Because I knew where I was coming from, I chartered the ICA in 1 year. I wrote both papers in 1 year, and then, so whilst waiting for my results, in September 2011, I told myself that, man, you have just done 2 years banking, and you are going to charter as an accountant and as a banker. That's a huge mismatch. So I needed a wow experience. At that point, there was a decision to be made. Let me tell you the decision point and see how many of you can advise me the right way. So I was working in a bank, getting around 2,500 Ghana cedis as my salary every month. And I said I needed to get an experience. So let me go to an audit firm. Let me look for a big 4 audit firm and go and look for a job. I went through interview, got the job. My net salary that I was going to take at the place was 897 Ghana cedis. So let me now see. I had 2,500 every month to take. And I had to make a decision to leave that and go and take 897. So let me get some help. Those who want me to keep my 2,500, can I see your hands? 2,500. So you are saying I should keep my 2,500. So those who want me to leave that and go for 897, let me see your hands. I'm sure a lot of you here want me to still be unemployed as at now. Because you don't want me to leave the 2,500 and you don't want me to go for the 8,900. So you want me to stay at home and not work. Anyway, so I made that bold decision. I left the 2,500 and went for the 897. I wasn't following money at the time because I needed what? A certain experience. In life, you need to consider long-term benefit than short-term benefit. That is why for those of you doing finance, when they tell you that what is the objective of the firm, or what is the firm theory in finance, and you tell your lecturers that profitability, your lecturer will tell you, I'll give you half. But if you say shareholders' wealth maximization, he would say, I'll give you 4 marks. Because in the long run, it is the shareholders you are waiting for. If they fire you today, you won't be a CEO. And so when you are making decisions, look long term. So this was me. Second year, I had to make a decision. Can I see that image again? Second year, I had to make that decision. So, I mean, if you see the face, you know that, yeah, it was a tough period. But I made that bold decision. So I go to Ernst & Young after my first audit, and I remember the head of HR, a woman I would always be grateful for, Susan. When she gave me the letter, the way I opened and watched the letter, she came close to me and said, Sina, I'm the one who interviewed you. Don't look at the money. You have what will let you grow in this firm. After my first audit assignment, ICA released the final exams results. And for those of you who are writing ICA now, you are lucky now. Our time, final paper, you needed to pass all 4 or fail just one, and they will leave the one for you to write the next sitting. If you don't pass, you fail all 4 again. So we went to write the exams, and I banked all 4, and I chatted. So immediately I came back from the field on my first audit. Susan came to me and said, Sena, we have seen your, and you know, in these international firms, when you are working, there are big fathers sitting outside of Ghana monitoring your progress. And that was Ernst & Young. Susan walks to me and says, Sena, we've seen your progress. You have been promoted 2 places up. So I took the decision in September. I got promoted in November. Decision. That's why they say there. In those 2 months, if I tell you the kind of austerity measures I had to put in place, you'll be amazed. But it happened. Now, for want of time, I'll end the story here. So we've ended the story on when EY, that's Ernst & Young, promoted me to, I think, audit senior. Now, key message. Always know where you are coming from. Always know where you are coming from. 2, focus on long term. Focus on long term. 3, one bit that our lady from GB Food mentioned is around networks. Along the way, I met people who would invest in my life because I invested in them in a certain way. So, for those of you doing law of contract, they will tell you that the conditions of a valid contract, consideration, quid pro quo, there should be something in exchange for another. So if yours is knowledge, use that knowledge and build a network with somebody who doesn't have knowledge and doesn't have time but needs the certificate. And so you are on UPSA campus. You are on UPSA campus now. There are mature students who come around. They don't have time. You should be smart to exchange your knowledge to complement their lack of time, and they will use their position to complement your lack of opportunity. Those are the things that move the world. Don't be selfish. Always look at what you can give somebody in a way to establish a certain network. To Albert and the team, like I promised you, at GCB, we say you are our customers for life, and we are your bankers for life. We have been around for 73 years. We reckon the importance of the youthful population of Ghana. And so we have created a whole segment that we are calling youth banking. The platform, we've created a WhatsApp platform secured for the youth of Ghana, and we spend time on the youth. We are not doing this because we just want to do it, but we are doing it because we know that GCB is a national asset. Everybody in this room, to the extent that you are a Ghanaian, you have a certain investment in GCB, either through the struggles of your great-grandfathers or the struggles of your parents or your relationship. That is not lost on us as a bank. And that is how come, against all odds, we have made this huge investment in Success Africa. We have committed to also build into you an entrepreneurial spirit. And so we have also collaborated with Blacksmith, who would also talk to you about a book that you are going to all have electronic copies paid for by GCB. What we want you to do with the book is that by the time you come out of the university, you should have your side business. Then we can incubate you and grow you into a multinational company. That is what our mandate is as a bank, and we'll continue doing this. So I encourage all of you, download the GCB mobile app, which is actually the app that makes you your own bank manager. Every service you can think of as far as financial services is concerned is on the app. All the places you buy your pizza, all the places you order your food, where you pay your school fees, where you buy your prepaid for your hostels, we have provision for you. We are giving you convenience because we know the Gen Zs respond to convenience. The Gen Zs want soft life. And so we have created soft life on the mobile app for you. So download the mobile app, join the GCB family, and let us serve you. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Oh, come on, show some love to 𝗦𝗨𝗖𝗖𝗥𝗜𝗦𝗦 Executive Head Retail, GCB Bank. Oh, come on, do it better for him. Success Africa, dare, act and achieve. Success Africa. Oh, Success Africa. I'm glad to acknowledge another speaker who's just joined us. The first time he spoke was in 2011 at the University of Cape Coast. Join me, let's acknowledge Bernard Avile. Come on, show some love to Bernard. Bernard, thank you so much for coming. Oh, is that how you can do? GM City FM Channel 1 TV. Oh, come on, show some love. Oh, this applause is very difficult getting all these busy executives on a Saturday morning like this. We've also been joined by a marketing professional, Edward Asare. Come on, show some love to Edward. Oh, Edward stepped out. We have another media guru. I mean, I enjoy listening to him and listening to his program every Monday to Friday from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Tell somebody, 𝗂𝗂𝗖𝗖𝗘𝗦𝗦. Oh, 𝗂𝗂𝗖𝗖𝗖𝗘, show some love to Philip Osei-Bonsu. Come on! Thank you. Is that all you can do? I enjoy the program. So come on, show some love. He was with us in 2022 at our National Youth Mentorship Summit, and we are glad to have him join us again. We are about to have a very quick panel discussion, and then we'll continue the rest of our presentation. This panel discussion is focused on entrepreneurship and finance. We have seasoned entrepreneurs here share with you in few minutes their story and how they've been able to build their businesses, from Dr. Clyde Penning Ejay to Dr. Brian. Show some love to Dr. Brian. Oh, come on. Dr. Brian is the CEO for Reality Construction Limited. Oh, come on, show some love to Making Waves. So they'll come up quickly. So I'll have Dr. 𝗦𝗨𝗖𝗖𝗘𝗦𝗦. Please join us up on stage. Oh, put your hands together for him as he comes. He is the Deputy Managing Director for Ghana Network Link, a very serious organization. For those who know, they know. Go look out for Ghana Network Link. And also, I mean, he's in it's a family business, and they do quite a number of things in oil and gas, in other industry. Dr. Brian, please join. He's in real estate, young man, building houses, selling properties. I mean, the good news is that they are all in my church, Living Faith Ministries. Let's show some love to Bishop Dominic 𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, also helping us to put this conference together. Papa, thank you so much. Next, 𝗂𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 from GCB Bank will be joining us for this session. Dr. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 will be joining us also. Please show some love to Dr. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. She will talk to you much about the books and how you can get to benefit from that book. Is Kwame around? Otherwise, Margaret. Wonderful. So we'll have a quick panel discussion. Right afterwards, Bernard takes over and the rest of the program continues to unfold. So join the GCB Banking WhatsApp channel right away. They have amazing packages. They are picking a number of students for internship, giving you opportunities, national service. You can count on GCB with their latest new addition, the Youth Banking Department. Kwame, Manager for Youth Banking. Please show some love to Kwame. Hey, put your hands together. Kwame, kindly, quickly. So please, you can ask your quick questions once it begins, and then we would continue. So, Kwabena, take over.
Thank you very much. Success Africa. Success Africa. All right. So this panel section is supposed to be a 30-minute panel section, and we are talking about entrepreneurship and finance. We will take 3 questions from the audience. Once we are done, we will answer a couple of questions, and then we take 3 from them. And so let's get right into it. By the way, before I proceed, my name is 𝗂𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗏, and I'm currently the MD for 𝐴friVivo International Limited. So we'll do same, and then we take on.
Okay. So my name is Dr. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. I do a lot of things. I'm a lecturer. I am an entrepreneur. I have shares in a fintech, and I also have a factory. I'm also a business coach. That is what I do mostly.
Very much. So for me, I provide financial services for young people in the space of AI, financial inclusion, and making sure that every young person within the scope of this country and beyond understand what finance is. And I'm the manager for GCB Youth Banking, and my name is 𝗂𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏
I'm an architect, an entrepreneur, and also a business coach. Thank you.
My name is 𝗨𝗦𝗖𝗘𝗦𝗦. I'm an administrator, entrepreneur, and we run different kinds of businesses or in different industries. We operate in oil and gas. We also operate a technology company, and then we have extended our business to other parts of Africa, like Gambia and Sierra Leone. So today we are here to talk about entrepreneurship and finance and how we can energize you to also start it before you complete your education. So we thank you for your presence, and we are happy to join you here.
So we are here to energize you, so get ready. So the first question, we'll start with Mr. Clyde. We live in a country where there is unemployment and a lot of youth are being advised to take entrepreneurship serious. And what are the practical ways, the practical steps you advise every young person to start?
Okay. First, most of the programs the young people encounter is they will always talk about financing, that they are not getting finance to start what they have or what they intend to do. So I will initially talk about that, how if you don't have the finances, but there's something in you that you think you can do to change the world or to change your situation or to transform lives. I believe that God created us with various talents. We all have our skills, what we love doing best. Some of you can repair phones, even though you are an administrator or you are doing accounting course. Some of you can be cleaners. Some of you can run errands. And I want to cite a typical example that got a lady from a cleaner to be an IT person in our company. And that is what I want to encourage all of them to understand, that when you don't have the finances, it doesn't mean it is your end. You have to be courageous and think beyond your weakness. This lady, for instance, happened to be a cleaner in our company because we outsource the cleaning services. But there was something special about this lady, that we have so many cleaners, but when you come and he has cleaned your office, you can see that everything is well arranged. The cleaning, how she does her work is extraordinary. She's there on time. She can even come and ask you a question to seek a feedback from you, whether what she's doing is well, she's doing it well or not. But we didn't know that this lady was in a university. But along the way, the president of the company was talking to management because he's a Spanish. He needs somebody to come and clean his home, and then they can pay the person. But anytime he comes to the office, he sees how the girl has been cleaning his room. He said, management, can you consider to allow this lady to come and be a cleaner in my house so that maybe you can decide to give her extra income? Then we agreed that, fine, we are going to do that. Maybe the person was paying the girl the money that we didn't know. But we thought of it that, no, this girl, there's something in this girl, let us give her the chance. We added some money to her and realized that this girl was always on point. And even sometimes he would come, I believe that I can work in your company. Why don't you give her a chance? So when there's opportunity, we can give you. But not knowing this girl was going to school. This is what we call somebody who wants to achieve something. Maybe the parents did not have the money required for her to go to school, but she took a step that, no, I won't let my limitation keep me here. Within 4 years, this girl came to my office that he has completed university in IT field. And luckily for her, we needed some IT staff. Quickly, I had to run to the managing director that I think we have to consider this girl. This is a lady who really wants to change her life. There are other ladies who may be going to clubs, who may be having fun. Even people have parents who can pay a lot of money to make sure that they go to school. They are paying all bills, but they may not come out with anything better. But this is a serious person, so we need to consider her. We called her for interview, and she did very well. And now she's a member of our IT team. Another guy recently, I'm talking about how you can go beyond your boundary. You don't need to have the finances. You can be a teacher, like maybe a classes teacher for parents. I can cite an example. Another guy, they came to my office with an insurance company. He's more or less like a broker. He was doing internship. She walked into my office with a lady, and the way the boy was talking, asking questions, I said, no, this boy, there's something about this boy. I quickly started to ask him about his educational level. But no, this boy was a first-class student, but he was limited. He doesn't have the network, or he doesn't have anyone to help him. I said, but you are too young. He said, no, I'm not young. I have finished school. I said, okay, just apply. He applied to the company. Now, this boy is an assistant manager because you can see that he's a serious person. He didn't wait for somebody to write big application letters, because for entrepreneurs, we are not looking at certificates. It is good to have the best certificate, but on the field, we look at people who provide solutions. And you can provide, there are so many problems people are going through that you can provide the solution to them. You can be a home tutor to parents, children, and you may not know the person you are providing that service to. You don't have to sit home. You can go to offices. Don't give up. You can go to good schools and look at parents after closing. There are so many strategies you can adapt. After closing, you just approach people that maybe I can teach. If you know how to braid hair, you can start it whilst you are in school. It's another way of creating your brand. There are so many people who have completed school and they will not use their professional certificates, but they may use where their hobby is, where they enjoy doing, and now they become great entrepreneurs. So I will encourage you that don't look at funds or financial implications to be your limit. You can go far, you can break the barrier to become great entrepreneurs, and you can employ more people so that we can reduce the unemployment in our society.
Thank you very much. Dr. Brian, so when we're there, I asked you what industry, the specific, and you said real estate. That's a very nice one, because I know somebody, a lot of the youth, a lot of them want to enter into your industry. Quick one, what's the best way to enter such an industry, and why do you think the youth should also look into real estate, not leaving it for only the world class or the 1% in the society, but the average Ghanaian youth should also look into entering into real estate and construction?
Thank you. I think the first real motivation has to be money when it comes to real estate. Statistics have it that 70% of the wealthy people in the world made it one way or the other through real estate. So, which means that if you are looking at any industry that will be able to easily accelerate you into wealth, it is one of the biggest indicators that you have to look at. So the first thing is, if you want to be wealthy and a large percentage of wealth is hidden in real estate, it becomes your mind to adjust to the fact that it is one of the easiest way to actually have sustainable and generational wealth. So I, in particular, when I was growing up, was looking at industries that would be able to easily get me to where I wanted to be financially. And so real estate became the #1 bet for me. And it has been very successful also based on how we have grown from where we started to where we are now. So to add to what you asked, the best way to enter into real estate is to have an education, okay? And education, not necessarily secular education or sitting in a classroom, but building yourself mentally, emotionally, physically, and health-wise. Anything that has got to do with increasing your learning capacity, increasing your mindset, and changing your mindset about the way systems work in this world. Because one thing you have to understand is that the systems of the world has been rigged. So a lot of the things that we are taught in classroom and in schools are completely false. So the way to create generational wealth is not necessarily to be in a block and a brick classroom, but to go beyond that and develop your mind. It is very important, and I can't stress it enough. Your mind is very important. So after that, you enter into real estate through acquiring what we call leverage. I use leveraging a lot, and in simple terms, leveraging basically means that using other people's money, other people's intellect, other people's time, and other people's, anything that belongs to any other person, you can leverage on that to build yourself wealth through real estate. So you go into instances where in starting businesses, there are people who already have lands. There are people already who have buildings. There are people already who are developing infrastructure. So you ask yourself, what can I bring on board in order for me to be able to access what they have and build it up from there? So that's what we call land banking example. You don't have to have land to start land banking. There are people who are willing to sell their lands. All you need to do is to leverage getting people who are willing to buy those lands, and they'll give you either a commission on it to start with, or they can even give you payment of the land as your commission. Myself, I made my first 1 million Ghana cedis by leveraging in the same way, which is I got someone who was selling lands at a very good location, and since I knew that that particular area is a fast developing area, I accessed that person's contact, and he gave me the opportunity to market that land. And thankfully, the first 3 buyers were able to make me 1 million Ghana cedis, which is in itself one of the easiest way in entering into real estate. Then I started developing my own projects and took it from there. So it is very important to understand that real estate being the best way to enter into the wealth creation journey is something you should consider. Thank you.
How many people are entering the land banking after this event? Yeah, I can see right after here, see Dr. Brian and start cashing out. Mr. 𝗦𝗫𝗐𝗘𝗦𝗦, my question is is more of a personal question from where I stand in the space. And my question comes to financial institutions not supporting entrepreneurs. The normal average entrepreneur who's starting up, financial institutions really don't give us the year, because I've been to a lot of financial institutions. I've not been to GCB yet, but maybe I'll be there. What are some of the new strategies, initiatives, incentives that the GCB Youth Banking is putting on board to support young entrepreneurs, especially women-led, and in Ghana, here in Ghana, to improve and also help young women move into the space?
Okay, thank you very much. Let me just start from your personal question you just asked me. Each and every day we get people walking into the banking premises looking for support for the entrepreneurship business and all that. You get people who have been probably doing their business for about 5 years, 10 years, who have not even registered their business. So they're working with everything. I've been doing this farming business for 10 years, and you walk to a banking premises. Let's put this on record that the first thing a bank will be interested in is to get to know how established your business is. And I keep telling people all the time that your business might start very small, but the essence of registering that business is very, very important. Now, realize that financial institutions are struggling a bit moving into the space of entrepreneurs who are coming up right from the scratch. And that is a big challenge when it comes to entrepreneurship within our space. It is in view of that the GCB space, the youth banking space, are partnering Blacksmith Consulting. Now, this is the whole idea. The idea is that we want to grow with you right from the time that you birth forth your idea and your vision. So what we are doing is we are taking students into this cohort program, building them right from the time that you had the idea, put it in an incubator session, nurture you, give you funds to start the business that you want to start. You realize that to whom much is given, much is expected. So the fact that we're journeying with you and giving you funds means at every point in time, we're monitoring the growth that you are making as far as your business is concerned. This basically within the space of GCB Youth Banking is what brought the idea that, okay, then Blacksmith is on board. how best can we get young people who are on campus and who are studying something. I was telling someone that when I was in school at UCC, when I was in school those times, my hostel, we had to go a far distance to go buy sachet water. So I told one of my guys that, Charlie, let's sell water in our hostel. It was a business that I never regretted doing. Because when you go to that woman, the woman will sell it to you at 2 cedis. At our end, we were selling it at 2 cedis, 30 pesos. And for the distance to which you walk, you just want to come for the 2 cedis, 30 pesos. And it was a big deal for us. But again, the most important thing is, how do we start from the scratch? And that is what we are in there to do now. Collaborate with Blacksmith Consulting, both students up in their entrepreneurship idea, their mindset, their innovation, put them in a group where we can nurture them, and then give them the necessary funds to grow. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So GCB has more opportunities for young entrepreneurs. Let's take advantage of that. So my next question to Ma, the question is, women, I want you to focus on the women, the ladies, the young girls coming up. What's the best business they should enter into, looking at the current space? What are some of the opportunities around from your firm for some of them that they can hop on to build a good cash flow for themselves and build a sustainable life?
All right, thank you very much. But I think I'll deviate a bit. For me, entrepreneurship does not have a gender. Everybody must make money. So I'm not very keen on separating women from men and giving advice to only women. I think my gentlemen here will like ideas as well, right? And I think now we are beginning to focus too much on the women to the detriment of men. So I'm here for the men. So, oh, give me a clap if you... but to your question on what a good idea, business idea is at this point, there's nothing like a good business idea. Every idea has potential. What you need is the fundamentals to be right. What you need is the hand-holding to be able to get you off the ground. What you need is the mentoring from other entrepreneurs to guide you on your journey. And most importantly, what a lot of the businesses or young businesses fail to do, understand what we call scalability. An idea can be good, but is it scalable? Are you able to grow it beyond your circle? And those are the things like Kwame was saying. We are getting young people to come into the program, not just with the idea, but to get support on how to grow and scale the idea. Because every idea has a potential to be big, given the environment, the good context, the right support. So I don't want to hone in on or put people in a box on what can be a good idea. I like to get people to be creative, to be innovative, to think out of the box, to look at the needs. What are people willing to pay for? What value can they add to existing ideas that already are there? And I believe that if people are serious and they come into the program, they will leave with ideas that are bankable and ideas that are scalable for both men and women.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So Mr. Albert just sent me a text and he said that he's scanning through. Somebody is going home with a big cash prize and a laptop. So stay alert and then clap very well. We'll still be on you. As a last, so we are going on with our last round of questions. So the question is, from your journey, what are some of the decisions you've taken in the space that has helped your business scale, just as you said, and has helped your business stand out from other businesses?
I believe for me, it has always been a function of being innovative and also learning to take risks. Stepping out on the entrepreneurship journey is not a joke. Sometimes you have to make decisions that are risky. You will calculate the risk, but in our environment, you can calculate all the risk you like, but sometimes you still get out there, you realize that there are challenges. So for me, the key thing that has worked for me is my ability to, like our slogan is saying, dare, and beyond daring, to act. And that steps me aside and puts me apart from a lot of people that have ideas. So I think for me, that is what has worked. My willingness to innovate, and my willingness to learn, and my willingness to take risks. And I think if you are here and you want to make money, or you want to be an entrepreneur, or you want to create wealth, these are things that you should take along with you.
I hope you heard it. Take risk and be daring. Mr. 𝗦𝗂𝗐𝗔, my question will be, what are some of the financial risks that entrepreneurs are taking? The business is doing well, but you see them taking some huge risk. $1 million just entered the account, and the next thing he's thinking about is the Range Rover Villa. What are some of the financial risks or decisions that you think entrepreneurs shouldn't take, and you are advising entrepreneurs not to take, coming from a financial background?
Okay, thank you. I mean, from what I said, and that's what I would say, the inability of entrepreneurs to separate their personal spending from that of the business. You see, one thing you need to understand, that your business is a separate legal entity operating on its own, though the owners are still behind. So probably certain legal terms or legal proceedings where the veil of incorporation will be lifted. But at every point in time, the lessons you need to learn is that make sure you don't get or you don't spend into your capital. That is what we are seeing from our space. People will come with good business and all that, and you realize that when you want to run an analysis on their business and everything, and you realize that the going concern is not there, because they had spent so much on themselves, more than even what ought to be when it comes to their spending and the business. Please, if you started with 1,000 cedis, your focus is to grow the 1,000 cedis that you started with. Learn the habit of separating your personal spending from that of the business. This is what is collapsing a lot of businesses that had great ideas, a lot of businesses that could grow very well. This is more of a personal financial discipline that every single person who wants to move into a business, or even if not into business, I mean, who want to strive as far as your financial discipline is concerned, you need to take very serious. So for me, I would just say that try to separate your personal spending from that of the business, and then you will strive there. Thank you.
Don't use your capital for iPhone 17 Pro Max, please. Stay on course. The going concern is very important. Dr. Brian, I want you to hit hard on the new wave of entrepreneurs coming, especially in the construction space. We touched on the real estate in terms of the land banking. I want those the construction as in building materials and all those stuff. Let's touch on it and let's talk about how we can take that opportunity and build from there very quick. Let's do that.
Thank you. So primarily, let me expatiate on land banking a little bit. So similar to banking with a financial institution, any financial institution, you send your money and you are promised maybe a returns on how much you have put there over a period. But when you look at what we call depreciation over time, monies that are placed in financial institutions tend to depreciate over a period. In fact, banks were institutioned or institutionalized not for you to just go and dump your money with them, but as a transient space where your money should pass through in order to get to someone who is rendering you a service. So to leave your money just in a banking institution for a very long time is to the detriment of your personal generational wealth building. So every banker or every bank wants you to use your money so that the more you keep it with them and they also use it for business and you are also increasing your business, then you are making more for them and you are making more for yourself also. So the way you think about investing or saving your money in a bank should be based on how much returns I'm going to get in the long term. So sometimes instead of keeping certain capital gains that you have in a bank, it's better to look at putting it into lands or real estate. Lands have the potential to exponentially give you returns on investment of averaging 40 to 50% per annum or per year, which is a very good indicator of putting your money into, and it's one of the safest way of putting your money away. So I am a good proponent of putting your monies into lands. Are you aware that even for as low as 2,000 Ghana cedis, you can get a land somewhere? The problem is that you think the place is too far. There is no far place in the world. My grandmother says that no matter how far your house is, there's always someone's house behind your house. Do you agree? So it is very important to look at it from that perspective. The lands that we bought 10,000 Ghana cedis 5 years ago, that is currently being sold for 80,000, 100,000 Ghana cedis. So it is one of the best ways to look. So instead of spending, as he said, your money on temporal or things that will just give you some emotional rush right now, you can go outskirts of Accra. There are lands going for 5,000, 10,000 Ghana cedis, and then you buy those lands. It could be half plot. Even if you can't buy the full plot, there's half plot. Are you even aware there's even quarter plot? Are you aware there's quarter plot? So it doesn't matter how big or small the land is. Every individual should, the first thing if you want to build generational wealth is to look at land banking. If you do not think about land banking from this stage, it will be very difficult for you to build generational wealth. So it's very important that no matter what stage you are, no matter how much you have, there are even companies and institutions that sell lands and give you terms and conditions. You can pay certain lands for a year, 2 years, 3 years, and even 5 years. The most important thing is to be consistent, and at the end of the day, look at how you'll be able to. And also to those who are saying, maybe I don't work, I'm a student. As I said earlier, the easiest way to also do that is to get people who are already selling the lands and market it. As I said, as at that time, I didn't have any platform on which to sell my lands. What I did is that I wrote my numbers on a sheet of paper. Anytime I bought a trotro, anybody in the trotro, I give a copy of my and say, I have lands in this area. I have lands in this area. It doesn't take much, as Dr. Clyde said earlier. Whatever you have, start with it. Sometimes people see us glamorously at the top and they think that we just took off just like that. No, we started from somewhere. We built on what we already had and then got us to where we are. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So we are ending with Mr. Clyde. So Mr. Clyde, before we end, we'll take, okay, Mr. Albert will handle that. But Mr. Clyde, you've seen businesses, you operate in the conglomerate space, you've seen a lot of businesses. Entrepreneurship is not as fun as a lot of us think. I want you to 2 minutes, 1 minute, just hit on the hard part of it so that young people know that it takes the ability to be daring and go beyond whatever you see. Yeah.
I want to start. I have many examples to show, but I would like to use Ghana Link. Ghana Link, we were operating from 2003, And along, I think 2016, our contract was canceled. And looking at the number of workers we had almost about 300 workers. And we had to, pay redundancy because these people are going home. And they said, the government said, we don't need your service anymore. Because we want another company, because we were 5 companies at that time. We want one company to represent the 5 companies so that we don't have problems with people giving misclassification of goods or duty payment differences in the same goods. It wasn't an easy deal for us, but we have to comply. But we realized that it was not easy, so we still have to think out of the box. What can we do? So now it was left with the 2 companies. If a lot of you know, if you have heard of GCNet, and then West Blue came in to represent the 3 companies that I was operating with there. It was not easy, but we also went into a drawing board and decided that, okay, if it is level 2, then we should be able to also come up with one company that can perform the 2 functions of all the companies. And then we started. It was not a small journey because you need a lot of lobbying, you need a lot of, spending to get our partners to carry out feasibility. But the one challenging thing is that after we had secured the contract, our partners from Korea called Unipass came to Ghana, and when we got to the implementation, Ghana is an import-driven country. So we had to do a pilot test at Takoradi because Takoradi has a smaller port compared to Tema, because about 80% of the imported goods and exports pass through Tema. So we went to Takoradi, and in fact, it was not easy. Just imagine custom officers we have to move a lot of them, implementation team, to various parts of all the entry points in Ghana. And then our workers too. I could say that we could be about 500 people that we have to pay for their per diem allowance, we have to pay for their accommodation, their living expenses for over 3 months. And these partners also were here, Koreans. And, we realized that initially when they came, the information they had was different from what is on the ground. So in that case, what are you going to do? We thought that we were going to spend maybe 1 month in Takoradi, but we're being there for almost about 3 months, and you have to pay, not Takoradi alone. Some people are in our Afrawo border, this and that, just to ensure that the processes match what is expected. And it got to a point, our partners were even thinking of going back because some of the things they are seeing we do in Ghana, they don't do it in Korea. So at that point in time, when you look at millions of dollars, when I say millions of dollars, it's not 1 million, 2 million that you have spent. Then you need to think strategically and think out of the box to ensure that there should be a success. So some of us have to meet with our local IT personnel and then their IT personnel, and then came up with an idea that no, we have to move because the challenges we were having was, how can we receive manifest? When I say manifest, when ships bring goods from the overseas, they have to, just like a plane, and it's not limited to ships alone. Passenger information, for instance, when you come from outside, the plane has all your information. How our system can collect those information, and then all the goods that you said you are bringing, how the system should be able to collect it and put it in one data center warehouse. And it was a very challenging thing. And we're almost giving up. And then when you move to the shipping agencies, you see that, there was a little resistance because they think that they are giving you their secret. So what do you have to do? We have to be communicating, but it wasn't easy until one time, and the shipping lines, they have different kind of technology, because some are small, some are big, like Mexland is big, a lot, but we have the small ones that their systems or their systems are not standard. So you have to create non-standard system for them so that you can pick any information. And then the bigger ones have standard, international standard, follow them for international standard, how you can receive. So we had a challenge there. So we're there, we're with the IT team, and one day I said, no, we need to, something just dropped my mind, that if we just go by what they tell us, we will achieve nothing. We will waste our time, everything. And it got to a point, everything was almost finished, financially, everything. And you know, this money, you need to get the money from the bank, because it's huge money. It's not a small money that I'm talking, I can't mention it here. So I spoke to them, I said, no, let us move one by one. Let us encourage them. Let us allow them move from one shipping line to another. They should open their system for us to see, because it's time that we should talk to them to open the system. So we spoke to custom officers who are leading the project that they should open their system for us to see what they are doing, because what we get from them was not matching up. It was not helping us to achieve our aim. And then we started one by one. But when they open, our even local partners say, but this is simple, so why are they tossing us like that?
Stress.
See, too much stress. But luckily for any time we go, I'll say, oh, I can use maybe 5 minutes to finish this. But we were there for about 3 months because of lack of openness. So when we moved to about 10 of the shipping lines. And then luckily for us, when we got back, within 2 hours,
things were good.
And then all the custom officers and our people, everybody started celebrating that now we have moved to the 100% level to make the system work. So now we are coming to Tema Port. And when we came to Tema Port, that was where the serious challenges came. That's where the pressure from the system, because the workload coming from everything. They are talking about warehousing, those things that you didn't expect were coming in.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's an emergency situation. You need to what? That's where modifications come in. You have to think to meet. And I'm referring to this one, that when you start a business, you may have your business plan all right, but implementation is different from what is on the ground.
Exactly.
Once you start the business, you may see that things that you did not expect started coming. So if you are not tough, if you don't go beyond, or you don't dare, you don't move beyond your challenges, you may let that one discourage you. But that is where you have to be courageous and say that whatever happens, whatever they need, we are ready to resolve the problem. And we continue gradually. It got to a point, even the previous company decided to what? Of their system. And it became a national issue. But we didn't give up. We stood on our grounds. We motivated our technical partners and the resources that we have. And luckily for us, we continue, and everything became very successful. So that's one of the challenges that we went through. And if we had failed, believe me,
the business would have...
not the business alone, banks also to be affected.
Exactly. Thank you, Mr. Clyde, for such an experience. Thank you, everyone, for listening to this panel. A lot has been said, and I'm sure a lot of you have learned from it. You've learned to be daring. You've learned to be strategic. You've learned not to spend your capital. And you've learned a lot. Success Africa is here for you, and I hope you took notes. Mr. Albert is here, so I'll hand over to him. Thank you very much, everyone.
Okay, come on, let's put our hands together for our panel. We'll take a picture with the panel. Please, let's take a picture here. Let's all rise up, let's all rise up, let's all rise up. We'll be sitting, we'll do a very short exercise. Let's all rise up, let's all rise up. We'll be sitting, we'll do a very short exercise. Right afterwards, Bernard Andrew will be speaking to us. Let's rise up. Okay, so I have this very short exercise that we normally do. Hands up. Open. Clap. Open. Hands down. Just greet somebody, ask the person, how are you? What are you learning so far? Has it been impactful? It's a 1-minute networking session. We have the sons of Magdan right here. Dr. Dadem Akoli will be joining us shortly. Just have a short conversation, 30 seconds. 30 seconds, move. come in front. You can come in front and engage our speakers. Listen, this is the only conference that gives you the opportunity to come in front, engage our speakers. Engage Dr. Bwahima, she'll be talking to us. After Bernard, MTN will be speaking to us. Several packages. Director Clyde is here. Come and engage them, take a picture with them, hashtag and post Success Africa Summit. University of Cape Coast will continue next week at the Auditorium 900. You don't want to miss it. Check our speakers, Edward Asari is around. Quick conversations, 10 seconds more. Take a picture quickly. 10 seconds, don't ask for money. Ask for a picture, ask for their LinkedIn profile. Don't ask for money. The money is right here on the stage. The laptop is here. Who is taking away the HP laptop? Oh, I thought you bring me the MTN staff. Bring me the MTN staff. Wonderful. This is Success Africa. This is how we do it. We give audience the opportunity to get closer to our speakers. They are very busy. Bernard, thank you so much. Philip Osei-Bonsu is around. Obi Ekosisen, listen to him every Monday to Friday, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Okay, time up. Thank you so much. Take your seats. Is my MTN video ready? Can we move quickly? I will come back. We'll take it. Let's take our seats. Okay, quickly. Let me introduce our next speaker. Your jollof is ready. Your jollof rice is ready. Put your hands together for GB Foods. Oh, GB Foods, come on. GB Foods, thank you so much for feeding all our 2,000 participants here at the UPSA Auditorium. Thank you for feeding everyone.
No preservatives.
Allow me to introduce our next speaker. As I said, I've known him for close to 15 years. He's been an amazing young man, helping shape destinies. He uses his circles to influence several young people, who does amazing in all fields of endeavor. Our Presecans in the house. Presecans, are you in the house? Presecans, are you in the house? We brought you an old student. Bernard ___is a prominent Ghanaian media personality and broadcast journalist, best known for his insightful and influential work in Ghana's media landscape. He is the general manager of City FM and Channel One TV, two leading media outlets in Ghana, capital Accra. He hosts the City Breakfast Show on City FM, one of the country's most respected morning talk shows focusing on news, analysis, and public affairs. He also presents the political program Point of View every Monday on Channel One TV. He's a public speaker and moderator of several high-profile functions, both in Ghana and abroad. He attended PSEC and earned a BA in economics from the University of Ghana. University of Ghana, are you around? University of Ghana! In fact, all those in economics department, please rise up. Economics, where are you? Oh, I gave a special invite to economics. Oh, put your hands together for you guys. Economics, thank you so much. Together with the president, he holds a first class in economics from University of Ghana. Oh, come on, show some love to our next speaker. Oh, your applause. This is your applause. He holds an MBA in marketing from Warwick Business School in the UK, where he studied as a Chevening Scholar. Bernard is an Edward R. Morrow Fellow of Journalism, a Fellow of the African Leadership Initiative West Africa, and part of the Aspen Global Leadership Network. He was named Ghana Journalist Association GJA Journalist of the Year in 2017, a major recognition for his work. He's the founding director of iJohn Africa, an initiative to train journalists in data and knowledge-based reporting. Join me, let's welcome our next keynote speaker, Bernard ___. Oh, come on! Oh, let's show him some love, audience.
Thank you. Good morning? Good afternoon. Nime, Name, and your Royal Majesties, thank you very much. Let's put hands together for our traditional leaders. Thank you. Big thank you to sponsors, GCB. Let's make some noise for GCB. And I think MTN. Is it mobile money or MTN or both? Both, okay. Are you giving them some momo today? Oh, are you giving them some momo today? Did you take their phone numbers? Amen. Wonderful. And also to the previous speakers, real estate guy, God bless you. The first gentleman, I forget his name, GCB, and of course, 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏. 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏, it's good to see you again. Doctor, it's good to see you again. And I'd like us to put our hands together bigly for 𝐿EC, Success Africa, and Albert. Wow. Amazing. He came for an interview on Friday, and he said, Bernard, some of the people we spoke to many years ago are now working in your company. So it means that one day you will work somewhere. Amen. If you are, can I see the students by hand? Can I see the students by hand? Wonderful. 10 years ago, we used to speak at this program at UCC, and almost all the people who have gone through are doing great things. So it's just a prophecy that you will also do great things. And I also believe that in the next few years, some of you will be speaking from this platform. Because I don't think I should be, after speaking in 2015, I shouldn't come back here in 2026. Some of you should be talking. Am I making sense? Wonderful. Now, I have only 17 minutes. I've used 3 minutes to greet. So, first thing, everything that 𝗓𝗂𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 said, I agree 100%. So, when you go and listen to it again, listen to it like knowledge comes through repeated learning. So, listen to it again. All right? He made so much sense. I mean, when he finished talking, I said, I can go home. All right? And also, the panel discussion, they hurried them, but there was a lot of wisdom in the panel discussion because they were like people from different areas. The quality you get from a panel depends on how much time you give them, how many questions you ask them. They ask them only 1.5 questions each. So there's a lot of insight in that panel. So when you get the chance to communicate with them after the program, ask them more questions. Because of time. I made a promise to myself that by the time my friends, there were 4 of us who wanted to go to the US. 2 went, one of them got into level 200 because he did A level, and I was the only one who went to level 100, so I was the last of the 4. And I said, by the time they come back to Ghana in 4 years, they will know that I'm also somebody. Amen. So it was anger, but sometimes your pain is the best fuel you need for passion. So when something bad happens to you, look at Sima. His mother died before level 300. But look at how it changed his life. So sometimes when difficult things happen to you, or when you feel like there's a disadvantage in your life, never waste a good crisis. Am I making sense? I'm not saying bad things should happen to you, but when something happens that makes you sad or angry or there was a day I was working on Legon Hall campus. I was the JCL secretary, level 300, and I was going to announce a whole cleanup exercise. I think it was a Friday. And then somebody in Annex A insulted me. He added my mother to the insult. And he even said that you didn't come to school to do anything. You just do politics. This was level 300, first semester. I was a JCL secretary. That anger birthed a desire in me to get a first class. I was like, Charlie, I'm not such a bad student too. I said, no, I need a first class. When he insulted me, I had 3.43 as my grade point. At the time, you needed 3.6 to get a first class. And by level 400, my grade point was 3.601. You see, now, what does it mean? All success depends on 2 things, motivation and discipline. The motivation came from the fact that I had pride that had been dented. Because the week before, they had done the whole awards for those who were in first class, and I was in part. So the guy said, your mother brought you to school, you come and learn every day, whole week, every day, JC, what's your problem? Master Faso. I was like, no. When I was in SS, I wasn't that bad. I got 5 A's out of 7. So I thank God for that anger. Mike Murdoch says, enemies are as necessary as friends. An enemy will give you in a day what a friend will not give you in a lifetime. So sometimes when somebody says something that provokes you, or when life gives you something that makes you feel like, Charlie, me. So motivation is critical. Do you understand? So what I'm trying to do is to motivate you to want to be excellent. I'm not here to pray for you or prophesy over you. I'm here to motivate you, because if you want to succeed in anything, you need motivation, because motivation is the fuel that drives you. People say you are being emotional. Emotion is very important. If God didn't want us to be emotional, He didn't give us emotions. So emotions can help you where your intellect cannot. But emotions is not everything. So success depends first on motivation. You must be motivated to wake up at 4 o'clock. When I was on Legon campus, I used to host a show called Campus Exclusive. It was the morning show of the campus radio station. And we used to do it from 7 to 7:30. And I think lectures were at 8. And for the 4 years, every morning from Monday to Saturday, I was hosting that show. And they were not paying us. So there's not just the motivation, but also the discipline. So what is discipline? Discipline is doing what is appropriate, not what is convenient. So if I leave you here and you are motivated to succeed, and you don't apply discipline to your life, you'll still not succeed. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what we are trying to do is not to sort of come and say we are the best in everything we do. I've failed many times. Failure is a stronger teacher than success. My first 6 years of hosting a morning show was disastrous. I wasn't eloquent. I mean, it wasn't working. It was dry. It was too politics. But we kept at it. My boss believed in me. One of the greater things you pray for, don't pray for money. Ask God to give you somebody who believes in you. You see what Sima said? Somebody believed in him at GCB. My boss believed in me. My boss used to tell me that the level that you are, he says, my boss was the programs manager at Joy FM. He set up Adom FM. Where is Philip? He's gone. He set up Adom FM, Love FM in Kumasi. So he's a radio guru. So when I came from Radio Universe in level 400, 2004, I did national service at City FM, right? I was 23. He put me on the morning show on 4th December 2004. I was 23 years old. At the time, Komla Duma was hosting the Super Morning Show. Kwame Savakai, they were all big guys. And some used to say, the level of knowledge you have now, when Komla was OG, you didn't have half of it. He motivated me. I don't know whether that was true or not. But I had a boss who believed in me. So one of the things you need to pray for, God, give me a boss who believes in me, who can mentor you to do better. A lot of you like your best friend. But you see, your best friend loves you the way you are. Your mentor loves you too much to leave you the way you are. So whilst your best friend wants you to be happy, your mentor wants you to be successful. So ask God to give you a strong mentor. Your best friend, I have a best friend, it's called Yellow, he's in the UK. He's my best friend. He's my friend. But what his boss, because he also went to the UK to work, and he had a boss who believed in him. That's why he's doing what he is today. Now he's the growth director for a big company in Africa. He had a boss who believed in him. So God, give me a boss who believes in me. Give me a mentor who will motivate me to do better. A lot of you want people who comfort you. Do you get it? Comfort will not make you grow. You need somebody who will say, weapon, oh yeah. Oh, no, do more. When I do a great show and everybody's calling in and people are saying, Charlie, I've done well, then sometimes we say, okay, now we need to change the show to make it better. So every time I'm doing well, he wants me to do better. But a lot of you, you want people to say, oh, you are okay, it's not a problem, it's fine. You will be happy, but you won't go anywhere. So you need people who will motivate you to go for it. Am I helping you or I'm hurting you? Good. So I've said a couple of things. Success is motivation and discipline. Let's talk about discipline. There's a number of things you need to do. One of the things that have helped me in university life, I've developed some disciplines. Now, if you work in a radio station, you must learn to wake up early, because if you are hosting a morning show, we didn't have WhatsApp. We didn't have proper internet. So you have to go early. Two things. I used to host the campus exclusive program, which means that every working day for 4 years, I was at a radio station. Now, it means I have to wake up before 5 a.m. So I learned to wake up very early for the 4 years. Number two, I used to produce 𝗨𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏. 𝗨𝗨𝗧𝗏𝗏 is the guy who started newspaper review programs in Ghana. He's called 𝗵𝗃𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. He's called Behind the Headlines. Now, to produce him, you have to read all the newspapers every day. His show was at 3 p.m. So when I finished, so I'll bath in the morning. No, I'll go to campus exclusive, then go and bath. Then do news at 12. Go for afternoon lecture. Then I'll come and produce 𝗨𝗨𝗧𝗏𝗏. When I'm producing 𝗨𝗨𝗧𝗏𝗏, you have to read all the newspapers from cover to cover. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that was another discipline I developed. So I developed the discipline of waking up early for 4 years, and I developed the discipline of acquiring current affairs knowledge as a student. So I was producing 𝗨𝗨𝗧𝗏𝗏. When I went to City FM at age 23 as a national service person, my knowledge of Ghanaian politics was probably higher than even the guy hosting the morning show at the time. Because for 4 years, I was reading every newspaper every day to produce 𝗨𝗨𝗧𝗏𝗏. Do you understand what I'm saying? You don't look happy. Or you look, okay. So what I'm saying is that you need to develop, so I developed the discipline of waking up early. Number two, I'm a Christian. I developed the discipline of prayer. Because my life, I understand my purpose. I don't know your purpose. My purpose is 3 dimensions. Media is one. Finance and economics is the other. Right? and faith and the work of God is the third. Now, I have understood that in my life. I don't know what yours is. Now, when you understand your purpose, it forces you to develop disciplines for that purpose. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because I want to be a journalist. Journalists must learn how to do interviews, must know how to communicate. You must wake up early. If you want to be used of God, you must learn how to pray and read the Bible. So I developed that discipline too. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then, of course, I'm a financial and economic journalist primarily. So my study of economics and my doing an MBA and all of those things, because when I was in Legon, geography was easier than economics. The lowest grade I got in geography was a B+. That was only once, from level 100 to 400. Economics, sometimes even got C's, right? But I knew that finance and economics will help me in journalism more than geography. Am I making sense? So just like Sima said he decided to go and take 875 instead of how much? So if I wanted a first class without stress, I could have done geography because in Presec, I got a geography prize. My father studied geography. My brothers did A-level geography, so the geography books were in my house, plenty. Economics, you need to be strong in maths. Elective maths in Presec, I got B. When I got to Legon, I did elective maths again. They call it level 100 maths. I got C+, B- and things, wild grades. But somebody told me before I entered Legon that if you want to do well in economics, where are the economics students? Maths is very important. So I did level 100 maths. When I got to level 400, all econometrics was A because I suffered in level 100 already. And those who escaped the maths in 100, they suffered in the economics. So what am I saying? Everything you want to do in your purpose places certain disciplines on you. Do you understand? So, but if you don't understand your purpose, you won't pay that price. Am I making sense? So you need to ask God to show you his purpose for your life. Your purpose is not your decision, it's your discovery. You must discover it. And when you discover it, it unleashes energy for you to prioritize discipline. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm saying all this from hindsight. When I was doing those things, it wasn't that clear. But you are lucky, I'm telling you now. When I finished SSS, there was a strike in Ghana. I finished SSS in 98. So for 2 years, we couldn't go to university. My best friend, he was selling flower pots at a shop on this road. So basically, where they've expanded the road, there was a woman who was selling flower pots there. And I was there with him because I didn't have anything serious to do. So I was just sitting there, we'll be chatting. Then I decided, no, I need to do something in my life. So I started teaching at a school in Adenta. I was teaching class 3, 4, and 5, math, science. Now, teaching class 4 people math and science is a communication training. So now I can talk. People say, you are very eloquent. I learned how to do it, teaching people in class 4 and 5. Then I started selling science books. JSS science books for one of my mentors. And the science, when you sell the book, you get 6% commission. That's where I learned to deal with rejection. What am I saying? All the things that are happening in your life now can help you do what God has planned for you to do if you do it well. Do you get it? So I didn't want to be a salesman, but I was selling science books. I didn't plan to be a teacher, but the job I got was teaching. But the point was that the thing about knowledge is that knowledge is transferable, right? So he's a real estate guy. Maybe some of the skills he uses in real estate, he didn't even get it in a classroom. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what I'll say to you is that whatever you get to do, whatever internship you get, like Sima, attack it with everything. The purpose of education is not the content necessarily. It is how it changes your mind. So they may give you archaeology, philosophy, and linguistics. You want to become a lawyer. Don't say that, what is the relationship between archaeology and law? If you can exercise your mind, he spoke about Makaranta, how he was able to chew and pour. So that archaeology, philosophy, and you can say, Charlie, I'm going to tackle it as if it's the best subject in the world. The discipline it will give you is more important than the certificate they will give you. Because the certificate can be burnt in fire, but the discipline will not leave you. Do you understand? So we don't go to school to acquire just a certificate. We go to acquire the skill. And it's the same for jobs. So if you get an internship, don't say they are paying me 200 cedis. They can pay you 10,000 and you don't learn anything. And they can decide not to pay you, but you learn everything. So you need to learn the difference between working to learn and working to earn. If you work to learn, you will qualify to work to learn, to earn. Am I making sense? Let me repeat that. If you work to learn, you will qualify how to work to learn. So it's important that when you get an internship, because a lot of you are looking for internships. When you get an internship, don't think about the salary yet. Think about what skills can I acquire? What knowledge can I gain? The key to mastery is in a simple equation. Talent, knowledge, skill. Talent is what God has given you. Knowledge is what you acquire in a school, in a college. Skill is what you develop through your personal efforts. When you put the three together, you are strong in something. So by the time you are my age, 44, you should be strong in some things. I may have been a talented speaker, but I acquired knowledge about it. Now, the sector you are working in, I work in media. Most people think media is not a serious business. But I am happy to be a journalist. I am not aspiring to be anything else. It's the best job in the world. We are in a knowledge economy. Every morning between 6:30 and 10 o'clock, a lot of Accra's middle class are listening to me. Do you know how powerful that is? People are driving to work. Their children are combing their hair in the car, and they are listening to my jokes, listening to my stories. I can shape their mind. It's powerful. I don't need to be elected. So you have to understand. So one of the things, you need to understand your purpose, number one, but also need to understand your field. The field God has given you, understand it and attack it. My brother is a lawyer. I don't envy him. I'm a journalist. He doesn't envy me. I'm not saying I want to be a lawyer so that to make them respect me as a journalist. No. So you need to know what you are here to do and do it with pride and passion. Do you understand what I'm saying? Know what you are here to do and do it with pride and passion. You have only one life to live. So don't live to make other people happy. Live to leave an impact. So add to your talent knowledge and to your knowledge skill. There are skills you must learn. For my job, in my field, you need to learn how to do interviews. It's a skill. You must learn how to summarize complicated information. You must learn how to relate with people. How to get somebody to trust you to give you information to use on air without mentioning his name. Something is happening at a company. Bad corruption. Somebody should be able to trust you enough to send you the information and you can use it for the public interest without exposing the person. That's relationship development. It's a skill I have learned. So I'm not saying go and learn that. So the question is, so you in your area, what skill must you learn? Do you understand me? So this is what I'll say in conclusion. When it comes to purpose, you must know at least the top 3 areas God has given you. I know mine. Do you know yours? The top 3 areas or top 2 areas. Number 2, what are the top 3 skills you must develop to achieve that purpose? What are the top 3 skills you must develop to achieve that purpose? Number 3, what are the top 3 people you need in your life to help you get there? Should I go through this again? You need to know your purpose. My purpose, media and communication, finance and economics, the work of God. That's my purpose. What are the top 3 skills? Definitely knowledge, definitely communication, and relationship building. Those are my top 3. Knowledge, communication, relationship building. Those are my 3. What are your 3? What are the top 3 people that you need to develop relationships with to get there? Is it helping? And number 4, what are the top 3 disciplines you must develop? Because you can know where you are going, you can have the right people, but you must pay the price. What are the top 3 disciplines you must develop? Do you get it? My discipline is waking up early, learning to talk to God and hear from Him, because in my area it's very important. That discipline of becoming a scavenger for knowledge. When I sit here listening to what they are saying, you'll be surprised that tomorrow morning on my morning show, something she said will become my topic for the week. I am a scavenger for knowledge. I've developed it. People think I'm intelligent. I'm not that intelligent. I know how to get information. But that's because it's been 25 years of practice. So don't look at me and say, hey, I call your words. No. I was much slimmer and more confused than you when I was 25 years ago. But very, very important thing, it starts with purpose. And all purpose is in God. God will give you, and the thing is that it is God who will help you to achieve whatever I've achieved. Sima also said the same thing. I will do my best with my abilities, but I'll trust God to give me grace. I have only 15 minutes. My time is up. So we'll leave it here. We'll continue next year. Have a good afternoon. God bless you. Albert.
The world doesn't slow down
gave me 17 minutes.
Regulations shift. Business models flip. Technology races ahead.
A significant
We are not chasing the future. We are building it.
Towards achieving
From analysts to advisors, from data to decisions, from insight to impact. We lead change. We spark growth. Across borders, across industries, with bold thinking and clear direction. At 𝗂𝗍𝗂𝗏, we shape the CGMA designation to meet what's next. Sustainability, AI augmentation, people and communication skills, strategy, real skills for a world in motion. We are the CGMAs. We are the future of finance.
Facility had only 40 beds across 7 wards, with the emergency ward being a single room.
The world doesn't slow down. Regulations shift. Business models flip. Technology races ahead. We are not chasing the future.
Sufficient administrative office space. With the completion of this.
Let's do it better one more time for Bernard Kwaku Avili. Kindly send in all your questions to 0245-110640. We'll pick all your questions. Some have already come in, 0245-110640. Before MTN comes, we have a wonderful package for all you participants getting a copy of a book from Blacksmith Africa Consulting, telling us about it. Let's receive Dr. 𝗦𝗨𝗖𝗖𝗘𝗦𝗦. Come on, show some love to her as she comes to give you a package from GCB Bank.
All right. Thank you. I think before the package, I'll just share a few thoughts with you. Good afternoon again. I've been on the panel, so I've been in the entrepreneurship space for over 30 years. I started right from the University of Ghana. In my room, I was doing business, and that helped a lot because, like Bernard has alluded to, like Sina said, when you are doing entrepreneurship, it's not just about the money. It shapes you. It shapes the way you think. It shapes your mindset, your ability to interact with people and build relationships, your ability to take rejection, how to manage your risks. All that you learn when you are actually doing, okay? And so Bernard was talking about purpose. My purpose is to help businesses, to help entrepreneurs succeed, and to help raise young entrepreneurs. Trust me when I tell you that all of us sitting here would like to have a job, a good job after school. How many of you would like to leave school and in the first year get a good job? Let me see by hand. Okay, somebody, maybe an MT and a bank, a GCB would employ you. But let me bust your bubble. We are churning out over 300,000 graduates from tertiary institutions every year. Less than 20% of them will find a job in the first year. Less than 20% of us will find a job. Okay, we have not added those from the TVET space and those who couldn't make it to the university, all looking for jobs. The way to go is entrepreneurship. And I just want to share a few thoughts on the myths surrounding entrepreneurship and why we should begin to change our mindset. Because as a nation, that is the only way to go. If all of us will be able to survive and live and thrive, we have to get to a point where we are able to create jobs. The first thing I'll speak about is this. Entrepreneurship does not mean just going ahead to start your business or opening a factory or buying and selling. It goes way more than that. You can be in a 9-to-5, earning a salary, and still be an entrepreneur and make money to support your income. Okay? When we come to schools and we talk about entrepreneurship, people are thinking, oh, business students, or oh, you have to be business oriented, oh, you have to have the knack for entrepreneurship or starting something. I'm here to challenge you. It doesn't matter the course you do. Every single person can be an entrepreneur. You can be a doctor who is an entrepreneur. So as a doctor and an entrepreneur, you are not just looking to go work at 𝗂𝗟𝗡. You are thinking about how you start your own business. Maybe an online business. Maybe writing books. Maybe going to do some healthcare to make extra income. It's a mindset. If you are doing accounting and you haven't gotten a job as an accountant, how about providing a service to small businesses, SMEs, startups who need accounting services? It comes from a mindset. You don't need a lot to transfer clients to, and you don't learn entrepreneurship by reading books. You learn by doing. So you can be in business school, you could have read all the books about entrepreneurship and business and how to start. Until you actually get to start, you cannot learn a lot of things. And that is why we are thankful to banks like Ghana Commercial, GCB Bank, who are willing to help us come into your institutions and help you to get on the journey when you are in school. What are we going to do? Once you download the GCB app, you open an account, you sign on at the back, they are there in the registration. You get the first book, which we call Beyond the Hustle. That book will give you an idea what entrepreneurship is, what are the challenges, what you need to do. But beyond that, we register you to join a virtual boot camp. And in the boot camp, we take you through a workbook that allows you to develop your business idea, your plan, everything that you need to do to start a business. Trust me, an idea is not a business. Having passion to start something is not a business. A business comes with foundation, with structure, with vision, with the ability to raise money. All sorts of things a business must know to succeed. And so in the boot camp, we'll teach you. And then after that, we'll support the good ideas, the ideas that have been generated. We'll help you to pilot with the Hustle Fund. You get a little money to pilot your idea or to boost your idea, your business on campus. I'm sure GCB is also going to support for good businesses to be able to escalate into another program where we help them to grow. And we are looking at a final session where we would invite the likes of my estate developers and my other companies to come in and listen to your pitches and your ideas and support you. The only way we can raise entrepreneurs is to come into your space, hold your hands, guide you, help you to start that idea. No matter how small it is, no matter how absurd it is, it can be great. And then we help you to launch that idea whilst you are in school. Make all the mistakes that you can make, because when you go out of here, the stakes are higher. So you make all the mistakes here. By the time you leave here, you are an entrepreneur. Even if you don't start a business, I can tell you for sure that why Bernard is doing well, Sina is doing well, and all the others is because they have an entrepreneurial mindset. If I am recruiting somebody in my business, I want somebody with that kind of mindset. Because they think, they add value, they are able to create, they are able to innovate, they find solutions to problems, they know how to build and manage relationships. And those are the mindsets that corporate Ghana is looking for. And so once you have done the program, we give you a certificate. It allows you to also go look for a job with a superior mindset. On that note, thank you, Albert and the team. It's been fantastic. And I know that all of us are going to take a step and go out there and join the program. Most of the interactions will be virtual, so it doesn't really disrupt your schoolwork. But once in a while, there will be an in-person for us to come and engage you. And then we are able to raise some good businesses whilst you are here, and it sets you up for the future. So you don't finish school looking for a job. You finish school looking to employ other people into your business. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the session.
We had to transfer clients to other facilities.
Here is a referral center, but getting people from other facilities wasn't sufficient.
Yeah, you look for baby Baha, transform ambulance, bedroom, ribbon, had an assay. This is a Frebby or Polybu, Nina agency. You will cry transfer back or Cape. You could do better
one more time.
And sometimes the distance, the cost, and then a lot of constraints even leads to the loss of lives.
The previous facility had only
I want to invite 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 and Ms. 𝐻𝐷𝗏 to join us for the MTN segment. Please put your hands together for MTN Ghana, Manager FinTech Distribution and Coordinator Data Services. They want you to know the packages they have for you in a few minutes, and we'll continue.
Thank you, Albert. Good afternoon to you all. We believe you are having a very insightful session
and bring much needed relief to the district. This will ensure that patients receive timely and quality care. The block has been given a massive facelift and now has essential facilities such as an operating theater, emergency ward, doctor's offices, isolation ward, recovery ward, resuscitation point, nurses and doctors' room. Additionally, there's a reception area, offices for account staff, medical superintendent, and administrative conference room, and also a staff kitchen. The facility has also been equipped with a range of medical equipment, including hydraulic patient stretchers, heater beds and lights, bedside lockers, drip stands, medicine trolleys and cabinets, an anesthetic machine, diathermy machine, patient monitors, oxygen concentrators, and surgical instruments.
Your support and, of course, the immense support you've given us over the years. Today, we continue to lead with care, and that continues to be one of our core values. The fact that we are up there does not mean we do not have to take feedback. Taking feedback from you on a daily basis has gotten us to where we are, and we'll continue to work or collaborate with you to ensure we bring the brand to where it's supposed to be. How many of you have sent money to someone before? I didn't say receive. Okay, awesome. How many of us have had calls from supposed fraudsters before? Right. Anyway, it's just simple. We are here just to add on to some of the things we believe you are already aware of. Beyond sending money and receiving money, we also know there are a couple of valued added services you need to know. However, we cannot continue to add on these services to you if we do not conscientize or caution you about some of these perpetrators who are trying to make the service a bit unpopular. Let me use that way. I'm saying a bit unpopular because over the years we've seen the trend go down a bit, but it still means that we still need to do more. Today, one of the very common ones we've had is the fact that people send in links to customers with the view that they'll be able to click the links and get data packages or be part of a promotion. If you are glancing on the videos back when the previous speakers were having their session, you realize what MTN does is to ensure Hello? Yes, I think I'm audible. So just to start off from where I ended, one of the key things we do is to give back to our customers. So MTN will never in any way call you to tell you that send money for us to process a promo for you to win something. We believe that based on what you have done for us, we rather have to give back to you. So 3 key things. Do not entertain calls on your phone talking about you winning a promo or anything. MTN Mobile Money will call you only to come for your promo package at any nearby office. We will not ask you to rather invest any money before you get any goodie back. Again, we have found out that a lot of people go to customer outlets, let me say agent point, and then what you always do is to hand your phones over to the agents just to complete a transaction for you. That is totally wrong. We feel that you need to own your wallet. You need to ensure that whatever goes on your wallet is solely your privacy and yours. At any point in time, you do not have to hand your phone over to the agent to help you with any transaction. Again, if you feel your PIN code has been compromised, you have every right to change it 1,001 times. That's the flexibility of mobile money. So please, 3 key things, these are the 3 golden rules we ensure that we need to just adhere to. Again, one thing that has also come to our university campuses is, quote unquote, the romance scams. It's quite disheartening, but it's come up a couple of days or a couple of times now at the office, where we find out that young students, somehow, let me say, the ladies, fall into some of these scams, and then they blackmail them somehow, somewhere along the line. They end up sending inappropriate pictures to people, and then they are asked to send cash, or else these pictures will be released. Please, let's refrain, let's desist from some of these things. Some people have lost their lives because of this. People took their lives because of this. So please, it's just a caution. Let me admonish you for us to just stay away. You have a bright future. You do not know what God holds for you. Again, one thing that I also want to add, is, how many of us are on the Momo app? Great. Today we are entering into the digital ecosystem. We want to make life much more easier. There are quite a number of services or products that you get on the Momo app, which I believe we all have to just get into this buzz. For those of us who are into entrepreneurship, today for the Gen Zs, they call it side hustle. If you are a millennial or if you get into the baby boomer, you not understand this. But today, students on campus who do other businesses or who want to be entrepreneurs, they call it a side hustle. Today we have merchant SIMs available for you, free of charge, which will help you to be able to receive mobile money as a medium of payment, devoid of charges. You only need your Ghana card, and I repeat, it's free of charge. When we close, I'm happy to hear that. If you are interested, you just need your Ghana card. When we close, you can get one if you are into any entrepreneurial business on campus. The Momo app helps you to be able to invest. We have something we call the Susu Save, and then the Sika Save, and then the Yellow Save, and then the Pessoa Save. There's a concept where we believe that at the end of every day or every month, you know the last pesos at the end of your main amount, right? Maybe you have 200.43 pesos. There's a way for you to save the 43 pesos on a daily basis, automatically. And at the end of the year, try this and you'll be amazed. For those of you who enjoy going to programs, we have e-tickets on the Momo app. You can buy tickets ready available. I'm sure the Gen Zs, one way along the line, you'll be able to just also buy tickets and attend some of these events. We are making life quite easier. I'll leave, before I move on to, before I give the microphone to my colleague 𝗔𝗏𝗏, today we are giving you data packages. If you are able to convince a friend to download Momo, the Momo app, you get 300 megabytes of data, and then the one you referred gets 200 megabytes. So turn to your colleague beside you, download it fast, and then send a link to him or her, and then get the data package. On the back of the data, I'll pass on the microphone to 𝗔𝗏𝗏 just to touch base.
Climate change has become a real issue, impacting every aspect of our lives as individuals and as a business. And so as a responsible organization, we care about the environment, and that is why we have embarked on Project Zero to reduce our carbon emissions to net zero. For us at MTN, Project Zero is not just a carbon reduction target. It is a bold strategic transformation